Hey everybody, I'm James Jump. Welcome to the new show from Big CONDO Radio. It's called Cinema Snaps. It's where we bring on guests, talk about directors, we pick the ins and outs of filmography. So today I'll be talking about a very influential film director, Spike Lee. I'm joined by Chase Lynch Johnston. Chase Johnston Lynch? Do you want to give us a... or you flipped it?
Yeah.
Do you want to give us any idea?
Well, yeah, man. I mean, Chief Johnson Lynch, as you know, I produce several shows here on Big Condo Radio,
Yep.
but also on our channel, The Essentials. I also have my own film show called On the Shelf. So I appreciate you having me here on Cinema
you.
Shops.
So jumping in, I want to talk about Spike Lee's first feature film, She's Gotta Have It, which I finally recently watched and I got my first reactions from it. I'm just gonna say I loved it. I loved the agenda in the movie of this woman. The agenda of this woman having it's a sex carousel. That's what the movie is.
A sex carousel.
It's a sex carousel.
I've never heard of that one before. That's actually new.
I love the entire plot. I love the camera work in it. It's Spike from the moment you watch it. If you moment you compare that, it's like, oh, you know that's Spike from the way it is.
It's Spike's first film. Well, I mean, it's considered his first film. His first film was like Joe Best Eye, We Cut Heads or something like that. But it was actually, I was a budding new filmmaker at the time. And, and it started a whole movement of black filmmakers that they created this Black Filmmakers Foundation. And so here was this like kid from Fort Greene, Brooklyn, going out with a camera and making his own film.
So in She's Gotta Have It, one of the biggest draws for me is the black and white.
Yeah.
Because it's black and white and the documentary style.
Yeah.
Because the moment it opens up, you see it. She's talking to the camera like she's in a documentary, and then it shows the characters' names and who they are.
Spike, as the young director, was also a character in his own movie.
Yeah, he was.
And he wasn't just like a side character. He was
a
like
main character.
Lead character in the love triangle.
Yeah, he played Mookie and Do the Right Thing.
Yeah, but in this one, he plays Mars Black Man.
Richard
like
Lane.
A black man from Mars. And his first shot is like he rides up to the camera on a bike going, right? He's like in your
Starts
face.
talking about sex and everything. He starts going into who he is.
Yeah. And it was like, whoa, wait a minute, hold on for a second.
That's Spike Lee.
But it's like what we were talking about, but you wouldn't see a black character on a film or a TV show with that kind of attitude.
No.
And I think it was really very bold. It was very bold, especially with the fourth wall breaking, like you just said. And it also had like one segment of color, I think, was like the dance.
It was a dancing music scene. Like
that dance sequence in the park. I think it was really kind of like his look at beauty. Like it's like looking at a painting of flowers.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it was very artistic in the way that he shot it and choosing to put that in color. Because this was at the period when we shot in film as well.
Yeah.
Film's very expensive, bro. But black and white is really cheap.
And so it looks nice.
I love black and white. I mean, film noir, forget about it. But, so for him, you got to think that, okay, I could get one roll of color film just to shoot this dance sequence. That's probably all I could afford. You know what I mean?
For the first feature film, how I didn't know this. How did the audience reacted? Because I don't know, because if you gotta remember when this was released, people were like, a black man has released a film. People still had the racist, well, it still exists now, but it was even more racist agenda. How do you reckon the reception was? Because I couldn't find anything.
Well, I mean, like, the thing about it is the fact that like I was saying to you, like, off camera, is that this was the start of a movement.
Yeah.
Right. So like, this was like around 90, 98 and everything, where the last time a film like this was released was by Melvin Van Peebles, which is Mario Van Peebles' dad and everything. And he released the film in theaters, Sweetback's Badass Song. Right, and nobody went to see it. Right, it was an independent film made by independent black man and stuff like that. And but members of the Black Panther movement, started to go.
Yeah, and
right,
and
then it got bigger and bigger because everybody was telling each other word of mouth.
What's this?
So that was like in the early 70s. So here, this was like the next big time. I mean, because all the black exploitation films that came out in the 70s, 80s, they were
Oh my
made by
god.
white people,
Yeah.
right? You know what I mean? They weren't, not, they were. So this was really an important film. And so
Yeah.
how it was received was very positively, especially by Roger Ebert, who was a big film critic. He was on a show, Siskel and Ebert at the movies at the time. He wrote for like the Chicago Sun-Times, and everybody respected him. And he came out and said, "This is brilliant," and everything. And like back due to his backing, everybody saw it and it exploded.